Would you like to use direct mail strategies that actually produce a return on investment? In today's video, we use such strategies to identify owners that are likely to sell, so you don't want to miss out. Hey, Atime, founder of Echo Real Estate Advisors. If we're just meeting, welcome to the channel that brings actionable content to help your business grow. So if that sounds beneficial, consider subscribing. Today we're looking at Remine. It's a software that we've gone to several times in this channel. It's tried and tested, true tried and tested. So we're going to go back to it today. Today we're going to do direct mail. We've done direct mail in the past, various iterations of it, but today we're going to cover direct mail from beginning to end, or beginning to end. However it looks on the camera, that's what we're going to go with. We're going to go through the entire process. They have a joint partnership with a direct mail company that's all they do. So now not only can you track the properties that you want to send direct mail pieces to, but you can also completely integrate it all the way through to where it actually sends. So that's what we're doing today. All right, so this is the way that it looks like for me. I am part of Netris, and as of August 1st, it is being offered, the Pro account, which is the highest tier for Remine, is being offered for free for us, for being part of the MLS. So good for us. Right? All right. If this is your first time looking at Remine, this is what it's going to start out like. But we are going to go straight to, where are we going? We're going to go to Discover. This is the farm that I've been looking at, and I have sent some direct mail pieces to them just because I'm busting a complete millennial move. This is convenient for me. This isn't too far from where I live. So I just find it beneficial to farm and not have to drive all that different. This is more of a starter home community. As you can see directed, as you can see from the prices, it's not all that high in relation to what a home is valued, right? So just to zoom out, it's a subdivision right outside of Fort Worth. And again, this is total convenience. This is part of that whole selecting your lifestyle where I don't want to drive that far. So we're going to focus on this area. All right, so this is the subdivision. Over here we have new builds, which they will soon they'll start populating here. But for now, these are the only ones that are registered through the CAD that are being pulled by Remine. Okay, let's zoom in just a little bit before we start applying our filters. Now, I have mailed about 100 different mail pieces, 100 mail pieces to this community in the recent past. But what I've noticed is two homes since I did it, two homes have gone active. They've been listed, and one of the common things that I saw was the years. I like to go the years that they've owned it. So I like to go 10 years of ownership and above. This is a newer community, and again, it's a starter community, so I did not factor in that people are transitioning out. I'm not going to say quicker, but they're transitioning out quicker. So to capture that, what I'm going to do is, instead of going at my 10 years and above for this specific community, I'm going to do 5 years and 10 years. I think that with that amount, most of these properties have been purchased in the mid to high 100s. Now they've transitioned over into the low to mid 200s, so they've appreciated considerably. So some people that have purchased within that 5 to 10 year are primed for a yard sign, preferably Echo Real Estate Advisors, on their front yard. So we're gonna facilitate that for them. All right, let's go to, we want you to be owner occupied. I could do absentee, but for the sake of this, I don't want to have to pull anything out from the, I don't want to have to pull anything out and then filter anything else and then send the file. I want to go direct, which I could do it, but I could go direct from here, but I don't want to complicate the issue. So we're going to go, did I already do that? Owner occupied. That's what I'm after. We can do the sales score, but sales score isn't going to produce too many. As you can see, high sales score. I have those, and I've already sent out the high sales score in the past, so I'm not going to double dip quite yet. I'm about 2-3 weeks from sending another follow-up direct mail to those. So no sense in hitting them again, at least right now. I want to go to ownership time. I want the min to be 5, the max to be 10. Again, my strategy has been 10 years and above, which the first go around, a good amount of the homes did meet that, but today I just want to, again, those listings going active on me really, and you can see them on the screen, those really got to me. So I'm going to make sure that the next yard sign that goes up in this area is an Echo Real Estate Advisor sign, yard sign. So here we go. Tracking property value, not interested in that right now. Really not interested in home equity. I could, but I want to blanket this area and become the leader in this community. Sales score, again, I've already hit them in the past. As a reminder, sales score is if it's a high sales score, which is right here, the property is likely to sell within 0 to 12 months. If it's a mid sales score, it's likely to sell from 12 to 24 months. Low sales score is anything from 24 months and above. Again, we're not going to touch that today because I don't see the need for it until 2 to 3 weeks from now. Go to single family. There's not any condos or townhomes or anything like that. And that should be enough. All right. So let me zoom in just to make sure that I don't track what I don't want to track. I'm going to track those. You see a little bar right here. It pauses every time you go over it. So don't get impatient. It will download as I play around with this. Just know that it's downloading. And depending on how many you're tracking is depending how it's going to go. So I'm going to track all of these. You see the active one, I'd be throwing money away. And in a way, I'd kind of be soliciting these. So I'm not going to do that, of course, because I'm ethical. There we go. I untracked that one. I'm going to track these. We had a few up here. There you are again. 11 days on market, active under contract. All right. So that's even more motivation. Here we go. I think that's it. Now again, this is a new community that's being built out, so those will soon start populating. I tracked it again. All right. All right, so at this point, I think most of you that have done Remine in the past have probably gotten to this point. And then you go over to track and figure out how you're going to mail. So again, we're solely focused on direct mail. If you're interested in Facebook advertising or cold calling or anything like that, I do have a free Remine course, which the link will be in the description below. Please feel free to check that out. Again, when I say free, the only thing that's going to cost you is an email to log in. That's it. So if you want to take me up on that offer, great. If not, great as well. You're getting some content here as well. And the Facebook advertising one, I did a 2-hour webinar for the Remine group several months back. If you're interested in learning how to do Facebook ads in conjunction with Remine, check that out as well. That is in the channel. And if I remember this time, I'll link it up somewhere, certainly down below. All right, here we go. we have all of these being tracked at the moment. So we have 96 results. What I'm going to send is a postcard, which is probably going to cost around 60 something cents if I remember correctly. I'm going to track all of these. There are several ways for you to do direct mail. One way is you highlight all of the properties that you just tracked and then you export them. So if you have a favorite company that you use for direct mail, you export this out, import it into the Vista Prints of the world, directmail.com, I believe there's also one like that, and design it there. You can certainly do that. It's totally your option. If you want to do more of the manual, customized way of sending direct mail, then what you would do is select all of these as well, but then print your mailing labels. These work only with Avery labels. So as long as you have Avery labels and it tells you the item number as well, you're off and running. So you can certainly do it that way. And up until a few months ago, I would say, well, let's say weeks ago, those were the only options that you had. Or I guess looking at the computer and then writing them out, that is also an option. But up until a few weeks ago, those were the only options. Today, you have a neat little button over here that you're going to do send mailers. And on this one, I'm going to do the community, Crescent Springs, and we're going to do 5 to 10 years. Owner, occupied. Let's go. You'll be redirected to a third-party site momentarily. And that site is Rocket Print and Mail. All right, here we go. This is what it's going to look like for you. If you want to send postcards, if you want to send letters, yellow letters, snap aparts. I don't know what those are. Oh, yeah. I am going to do postcards. Now, this is the one that I sent in the past, so I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to send the 96, so that's what I'm going to do. You can totally do different styles. You can personalize every single one of them. There's some cool templates here where today I'm excited to use one that really stood out and I missed the first time, so we're gonna check that out. All right, so once you have selected the type of mailer that you want, again, you have letters, you have yellow letters, you have postcards, which is what we're doing today. You have options. Once you do that, you're going to get to design your category. So if you're going after absentee owners, they have templates there. If you're generally farming just in a broad sense, just listed, co-branded to include brokers, renter, just sold, all that fun stuff. I am going to do general farming. And the reason I say general farming is on the just sold, maybe I should back up to show you. On the just sold, I'm waiting for a few templates to hit the market or hit the box, because right now there's only one. And I've been speaking to a representative there that's been super helpful. There's a few designs that I'm really interested that are going to hit the market in the coming weeks. So I'm going to wait for those before I do my just sold, which I like just sold direct mail pieces. This one's fine. I'm just not all the way there with this design. So I'm waiting for one design in particular that's going to hit the market here in the coming weeks. We're going to go with general farming for this direct mail. And this one's going to have more options for you. There should be about 6 or 7 or 8. This one I've sent in the past. This one I like. It's okay. This one, that's fine. I mean, you can browse at your own leisure. The one that I'm after today is the free market analysis. So trying to get a hook, trying to get a lead magnet out there. If you follow this channel with any regularity, you know that have a successful ad online, you want that good hook. You want that good lead magnet that will produce an incentive or incentivize people to actually reach out to you. And with the direct mail piece, really the offer's still the same. You want to have something that's going to hook them. You want something that's going to be a valuable lead magnet that incentivizes people to reach out to you. So we're going to go with that one today. I'm going to personalize it. All right, here we go. This is going to be very important here in a few seconds. What address would you like the postcard to go to? You can select the mailing address or the property address. I'm going to select the property address, even though, if you remember when I was going on the filters, I selected owner occupied. In theory and in actuality, the property address and the mailing address should be the same if the person is owner occupying. Who would you like the mailed piece addressed to? I always like using the homeowner's name. Since it's already available, I want to go ahead and personalize it. I could go current resident, but even though direct mail and specifically a postcard is not all that personalized, I want to at least have a semblance of personalized data. So having the homeowner's name is not a bad deal. And depending on the brokerage that you're with, assuming you're with the larger one, it'll produce some theme colors. My personal is red and black based off of my logo and my university, Texas Tech, Recom. It'll produce something pretty neat. I mean, I didn't have to design this. I didn't have to touch this. It's just there. I'm going to go to next. Okay, here we go. Upload your image. It should have my previous one. So, I mean, it does have my image, right? Come on now. Okay, I know the picture's a little bit silly, a little bit goofy, and it's very much YouTube-esque, which I'm okay with that. It's a direct mail piece. People are used to seeing their stock image, pictures that were taken 50 years ago, 10 years ago, however long ago. So I'm okay with doing something different, drawing some attention. This isn't the best profile. I just did not want to take another picture. So I think that's good enough. All right, so logo, Jaime, title. I'll do that. Realtor R. We'll just copy all of them. No, you know what? I don't have to have my license number, so I'm not going to. And I like to include this because it costs me a lot of money. So MBA, even though I'm not necessarily using it, I'm going to include it. Those are expensive 3 letters. I'm going to put, there we go. choose your image. No. Okay, I'm going to upload an image. Here it is. And you'll see right now it says sample. This is something I wish it would update a little bit quicker. It doesn't. So you do want to hit the refresh preview. Before you see it. Now my picture would not upload, so let's see what that's about. Maybe too large. Maybe too large. We're gonna have to go back to a stock one. I don't like that. Fine, I'll do the cheesy one. As you can see, my convictions of marketing are so firm. That's okay. This is the one that I've been sending out anyway, so that'll be fine. There you go. Back to boring picture. All right, so the rest of the information's already been pre-populated. Again, it's part of the templates. In the future, if you're doing Remine plus Rocket Mail or Rocket Print and Mail, you will have the option to upload your own design, but right now you don't. So if you wanted to do a completely unique design to you and have some more template creativity, then you would need to download your list that you're tracking and then send it elsewhere or go directly to them. But if you're going from Remine directly to sending mail, right now you don't have the option of a fully customized direct mail piece. Just keep that in mind. Enter your street address here. We are going to do... I just moved locations, so I don't know the address. Alrighty. Let's make sure. 1169 North Boulevard. Blur this ends. Alright, here we go. Refresh the preview. That does not look like an S. Rescind this? Okay. All right, here we go. You can see some of my past sins. We can go to next. All right, something that's important is delivery timeline. As soon as you press next or confirm and purchase this, you are off to the races. It'll take about 3 to 5 days before they put everything in the mail, and then depending on where they're at, they're in Florida, and if you're in the West Coast, it may take a little bit longer for you, but historically for me, it's been 5 to 7 days all in before the recipients actually receive the mail. So if you're looking at something time based, if you're trying to send direct mail pieces before Halloween, then give yourself plenty of time. If you're doing that before Thanksgiving, whatever holidays you're trying to meet, make sure that you at least give them 7 days. And this is for the postcard. This is a smaller postcard. If there is something larger, like the larger postcards, it's sent in a different way, so it's going to take them a little bit longer. And it has to do more with, I was speaking with the representative earlier, and I forgot exactly what he mentioned about the first class versus some other type of mailer. It's going to take them a little bit longer. So if you're going to do something a bit more complex, then give yourself 2 weeks before everything gets to the final recipient. All right, I do want a seed address, which essentially it's to test it. And this is where you need to be careful. When you add a new address, if you selected the property address, like what we did in the past where it was the mailing versus property address, you need to put that somewhere else. So as an example, I put the Burleson address, and I selected on the front end, I selected the property address. I want things to go to the property address. So if I were to put that Burleson address here, it's not going to work. And I've made that mistake in the past. So this is why I'm being very careful. Use the property address. So in the front end, when we were selecting the mailing address or the property address, make sure that it coincides. So if you went with the mailing address, make sure that you put your direction, your seed address where you want things to go there. If you put the property address, then we're going to scroll down just a little bit and put the property address. So that's where I'm going. All right. So, save that. All right. So before it said 96, now it says 97. I'm going to go to next. And it's going to do some filtering. It's going to knock out some duplicates, or it's going to knock out some that may have an undeliverable or not registered with the UPS, their database. It should be rather clean. We submitted 96. 97 with the seed address. So it shouldn't give us many problems. All right, view my proof. And I like to save it from here on out. So I will do that. Save. was it? All right, so, well, I guess I shouldn't just save it. I should actually proofread it. Think it's time to sell. Get a local expert who can help your closing. Jaime Resendez with a weird S. Realtor, Real Advisors. Get a free market analysis. 69536. Jay Resendez, my email. That looks good. 969 North Boulevard Street. Cool. All right, once you have approved your artwork by examining it thoroughly, please check the box. Remine will not be responsible for yada, yada, yada. Disclaimer, design is approved. All right, so the price is $65 per pop. I'm added to cart. Hopefully it doesn't pre-populate my credit card information, because I don't want to blur that out later. All right, now that we're back from our little personal information break, I have just submitted the order. I want you to see that I am actually investing in the strategies that I'm sharing with you. That way, there's no question I'm doing this along with you. So that's all there is. That's all there is to it. It's super simple. It takes me a lot longer to explain it than for you to actually do it. It's very straightforward. Really what you want is some good imagery, so you don't have some hiccups between the images that you put yourself in the profile. It's going to certainly help if you had your profile completely filled out like I should have done. That way they could have just pulled my profile pic. But you live, you learn, and that'll be updated for my next mailers. And that's all there is to it. Do direct mail and do it this way, and you're going to have success.